Hello there. In this tutorial I'm going to show how to configure WDS. So last video we learned about the concept of WDS, Windows Deployment Service, and this time we are going to configure at server 2008. So as the requirement, this server is also Active Directory domain server, and have a obviously have a active DNS, and we also install a DSCP which having active scopes, requires to have active scopes. So just to start administrative tools, let me first show you what the roles we have currently: Active Directory domain services install, DSCP server install, and DNS server install. So this is what we currently have, which is the required one. And just close this chart. Okay, administrative tools, and let me show you what I'm talking about. The scope. The scope should be active. There we go. We have active scope. So that any client will, whenever join the network, will get the IP address automatically. Now we have to install WDS, so have to add roles, and we find the Windows Deployment Services, and have to push next. Okay, so there is an overview of Windows Deployment Services. The introduction are there. So what we require now next. Now this is deployment server. Deployment server means to configure, and it will actually make the server so that the server capable of to deploy operating system in a network. As you can see, the description is written, provides the full functionality of Windows deployment services, which you can use to configure and remotely install Windows operating system. It means by promoting deployment server, the WDS server, the current WDS server, will have the power to deploy operating system in a remotely. With WDS you can create customized images and then use them to reimage computers. So once you customize the image, we will reinvent it according to it. Transport servers provides a subset of the functionality of Windows WDS. So transport server is a helper of deployment server. Is actually, by the name you can see, it contains only the core networking paths which you can use to transmit data using multicasting on a standalone server. It means lot many server joins the network, then via terminal the transport server it multicasts. So we just installed WDS. We took some time. Okay, so after pausing, we just installed WDS. So we just promoted WDS deployment server and the transport server. Transport server will carry the core of WDS. So currently WDS is not yet configured, and we have to make changes. Right click, configure server, asking welcome page, and already giving the requirements list. The active DSCP should be there, DNS is there, one folder is also there, and NTFS direct at NTFS volume, NTFS formatted volume. So currently we don't have, so let me cancel this. Let open disk mgmt, disk management .msc. So by which we allowed to create a volume. We'll shrink some space from C drive to make a volume. which will be formatted with NTFS. So we're currently shrinking. I'm just saying 5 GB. Let's shrink the space 5 GB. Up cancel this. Okay, so right click new simple volume, and we just locate all 5 GB, give a E drive, format with NTFS, perform a quick format. Next, finish. So it's formatted. So we also fulfill uh, the task of fulfill the list uh, of another drive. Actually, the folders which is required to be in NTFS formatted drive. A partition required. You find the NTFS partition of the Windows deployment server. Now we have to give a path. So let's give a folder name WDS. Remember, you have to give a path, and you need a folder also. Now DSCP option 60. Actually, this port number 67 which they are talking about, they want port 67 to be disabled. Port 67 are boot piece port number, and bootstrap port actually bootstrap protocol is the old version of DSCP, and is basically used in stateless computer. For example, those who have no life, and whenever get connected start getting IP address. So these are the old version of DSCP. So currently WDS need a PXE client. We already told in the requirements that the PXE client with the new generation PXE things which are implemented, included in a NIC, are required, and the old version of DSCP, the old version of port of 67 with the boot P1 shouldn't allow to provide IP address. So that's the reason saying configure DSCP option 60 with PXE client and not 67. Now we're saying PXE server initialization settings. So choose the appropriate answer. Do not respond to any client computer. Then why we are promoting WDS also. So first option have nothing to do. Second one is respond only to known client computers. Known client computers, for example, if you register some MAC addresses, you just reserve a MAC address with DSCP, then you only to respond only the known computers. The second option then implemented that applicable to that condition. But it's very hard to remember MAC addresses. It's very hard to know computers MAC addresses, and that might screw the whole WDS thing. That's the reason we are choosing the third one, response to all known and unknown client computers. Also, there is another option is there, a sub option is there, that for unknown client, notify administrator and respond after approval. So that third sub option is solving all questions, but currently we don't know anything about, so that's the reason we're choosing third, and it took some time to uh, configuring a copying file and starting WDS. Okay, so we just paused our video, and after pausing it completed. So I'm just currently not wants to add images. Let me discuss some images, these folders, what the options are now available. So install images, boot images, legacy images. All the old operating system called XP Server 2K3 are known as legacy operating system, legacy images. So boot images, currently I have a server 2K8 machine on my computer, on my server, so I have to open that uh, DVD, and you will find the boot.vim file on sources folder. So I'm just saying D drive sources boot.vim, which is Windows image. Just next, you can rename the operating system, doesn't matter. I'm just saying next. We took some time to add image. We're pausing a video. Okay, operation is complete. Just finish, and boot image are done. Just needs require install image, which is also gonna available. So currently asking me to create a group. For example, couple of people want only client operating system, couple of people only want server operating system, and then you can differentiate those by creating groups. For example, currently I just only, for practical basis, I just make one group, C drive, the DVD drive, sources directory, and you will find the install.vim. Actually, the install.vim is the main file of operating system. You find a lot many uh, uh, versions are there on my DVD, so I'm just selecting one since it will take uh, a lot many space. That's the reason just say taking one image. Next and next. We took some time. I'm just pausing my video. Okay, so operation completed. Let's add another image. So currently I need to change the DVD. So let me pause my video. We'll be back. Okay, so we just put Vista's DVD on our server. So add another install image. So goes to computer, DVD drive, open it, uh, open, right click, goes to sources, and same place in every image of Vista 7 2K8, you will find this boot.vim, install.vim at sources directory only. So I'm just choosing the 32-bit of Vista. If it took some time, I'm pausing my video. Okay, so operation is complete. So we by now added two operating system. One is 2K8s and another one is Vistas. So now we need to go to our client system. Just start my client computer. Hit enter. Currently I'm using virtual PC. That's the reason it directly taking network drive since I didn't put a DVD. I didn't capture ISO. That's the reason. But with the other virtual PC, so it's asking me to press F12. Didn't take the image. Let me enter first. So with other virtual PCs, other virtual software, you will get the selection, you will get the BIOS, so you have to select the network one. Currently it's not working. Let me try once again. Hit enter, F12. F12. Okay, I think it's okay. Yes, Windows is loading fast, so finally we start getting. So it took some time to load the files. Okay, so it's all done. Windows loaded the file, took some time. Okay, so we have to locate ourselves, keyboard input. We have to give a username to access the operating system. Oh, sorry. Okay, so you have to actually give a username according to their requirement, that is domain slash user. So my domain name is techengineer.tv slash administrator, which is normally will be administrator. Either use domain slash user or user at domain.com. So would be like that, administrator at techengineer.tv or techengineer slash administrator. So currently we have two options of operating system. Either is Vista or Logon Server Enterprise, which is the 2K8 Server Enterprise. I'm just saying I want Vista. So it's asking me disk allocated space is 16 GB. I just don't want to create partition, just wants to install operating system on the disk. So installation will continue automatically once the service initiate your session. Okay, it's done. Start installing and be all set to get our operating system from WDS. Thus, process started. So hope you learned something about WDS. It's a very cool thing, and I hope